The morning after the birthday party, the Kelce house was still filled with the smell of cake and the faint hum of laughter that had settled into the walls. Streamers hung from the ceiling like quiet memories of joy, and a few half-deflated balloons drifted across the living room floor. Wyatt woke up before anyone else. Her small feet padded across the hallway, still sticky with frosting from the night before, and she carried something in her tiny hands, a folded piece of paper. She walked into the kitchen, where Jason sat with a mug of coffee, his eyes tired but soft. "Daddy," she whispered, "can I send this to Uncle Trav?" Jason took the paper and unfolded it. Inside was a colorful crayon drawing of two figures, one tall with a beard, one small with pigtails, and an airplane between them. Above the plane, Wyatt had written in uneven letters, "You made magic real." Jason's eyes filled with tears before he could stop them. He smiled and nodded. "Yeah, baby, I think Uncle Trav would love that." That same morning, miles away in Kansas City, Travis Kelce scrolled through his phone, still seeing photos from the party flooding social media. Every major page had shared that picture, Wyatt and Mia covered in frosting, laughing like the world had no problems. It wasn't supposed to go viral, but somehow it did. Thousands of comments poured in from people saying things like, "This is what the world needs right now." But when he saw a text from Jason with Wyatt's photo and drawing, something hit him deep. Fame, football, money, none of it compared to this. He called Jason instantly. "Bro," he said quietly, "I didn't do it for the cameras. I just didn't want her to hurt." Jason chuckled. "Yeah, I know. That's what makes it real." Later that week, a small box arrived at Travis's home. Inside was Wyatt's drawing, laminated and framed, with a note in Kylie's handwriting, "For the man who reminded all of us what love looks like." He placed it on his mantle, right next to his MVP trophies. But this one felt different. This one meant something. Meanwhile, Taylor Swift, who had been quietly helping behind the scenes, couldn't stop thinking about the day. She told a friend later, "I've done stadium tours, Grammys, red carpets, but watching that little girl smile, that was the most beautiful encore I've ever seen." The story of Wyatt's birthday began spreading even further. News outlets picked it up, calling it the kindness flight. Fans across the world shared their own stories of small acts of love, paying for strangers' coffee, reuniting old friends, helping families in need. It was as if one child's wish had started a ripple of goodness that kept expanding. Globe showing Europe, Africa. Weeks passed. The buzz online slowed down, but for the Kelces, the magic stayed. Every night, before bed, Wyatt looked at the photo of her and Mia taped to her wall. "That's my best friend," she'd say softly before falling asleep. One evening, Jason was outside fixing something in the yard when he noticed Travis pull up in his truck. "Didn't expect to see you this weekend," Jason said. Travis grinned. "Got something for Wyatt." They walked inside, and Wyatt's face lit up. "Uncle Trav," she screamed, running into his arms. He knelt down and handed her a small box. "It's not a toy," he warned with a smile. She opened it and found a delicate silver necklace with a tiny airplane charm. "So you never forget how magic can fly," he said softly. Wyatt hugged him tight. "You're the best uncle ever." Kylie wiped a tear. Jason looked away, pretending not to. That night, after everyone went to bed, Travis sat outside on the porch with Jason. The air was cool, the stars clear. Jason said, "You didn't just make her happy. You reminded all of us what matters." Travis smiled, a rare quiet one. "Guess sometimes you just need a kid to show you how to love right." The next morning, Jason found Wyatt sitting at the kitchen table with crayons again. "What are you drawing today, sweetheart?" She grinned. "A story about my family. And my airplane. And my uncle who made magic real twice." Months later, as football season picked up again, fans started showing up to games wearing little airplane pins. Some held up signs that said, "Make magic real." Travis would spot them from the field and smile. The message had turned into something bigger, not about him, but about kindness itself. In one evening, when Taylor Swift posted a photo on Instagram of the sky painted orange at sunset, her caption read, "Magic isn't in the fame. It's in the small things, the ones that make hearts fly." Sparkles. That post alone reached millions, reigniting the story. News anchors called it the Swift-Kelce effect on compassion. People didn't just scroll, they acted. Donations to children's charities spiked. A few airlines even launched a Magic Flight campaign to reunite families across states for free. All because one little girl missed her best friend on her birthday. And that's how the smallest wish became the world's biggest reminder. That love doesn't need spotlights to shine. It just needs to show up when it matters. Dizzy. As the season ended, Jason and Kylie sat with Wyatt watching the sunset. "Do you think magic ever stops?" she asked. Jason smiled. "No, sweetheart. Magic doesn't stop. It just finds new places to land." The camera would fade there, the sun melting behind the trees, the laughter of a child echoing softly. No music, no filters, just real love. The kind the world still believes in, even when it forgets how to say it out loud. Red Heart.